going live on TV, so you have to this is like an exercise for everyone. So feel free to do this. You're going on the reality show, so you just speak your mind. Yes, Nancy?
I was thinking, could we find more space for some of us when we walk in to go to our seats? It's kind of difficult and it's attracting attention. Instead of looking at the model coming, we're paying attention over there.
Come again?
Like the space back then in the studio, for us, the tall ones have to sit behind, so the short one puts it in front. But just because of reading come in according to our heights, we just came in like that. You would distract the other model that are supposed to come. People will be focusing on you, and then Usal and all of that is not comfortable.
Well, to try it.
Yeah, it was like
that was the reason. It's just that's some of the things we learn from. But most many people they are very difficult to take in because before the show starts, I think I call everybody in the studio, right? And you sit according to your height. That's what I said. So after that, everybody went in nice and sit. Some were fretting because they want to sit at the front. They didn't sit accordingly. You understand? And we couldn't stop that because one of the organizers even complained why are they sitting the way you asked them to sit? Why are they not sitting the way you asked them to sit? And we couldn't interrupt because the live show was already on. You understand? So those are things. Well, it was not right anyway. So, but for the studio, that's not going to happen again. It was just an opening. So the TV show, our models will be backstage and you be coming one at a time. Yeah. Only people you see sitting the audience. Maybe there were 8 or 10 audience for every show. They'll be sitting to watch, they will give comment or whatever. But we will not have all the models in the studio. Everybody will be backstage. Yeah. So we need to learn that. So next time, if we say sit this way, we sit that way, don't miss things like that.
I said about the time, perhaps you guys said we're gonna start by 5 today, and we started at 6. So I was just suggesting if we just go by the time.
Yeah, exactly. We're going by the time. We're going by the time. So once say 5, the door open by 5 o'clock. You did that when you're having an event. You said the show is at 8 o'clock. So once the show is 8 o'clock, we are supposed to start at 9 o'clock. So the door open by 8. And people start coming in by 6, 5 o'clock, everyone will come in. So the time from 6 to 7, our activity start.
Another thing, don't take it out. And another thing I want to add about the timing, we asked you to come, we put on the page from 5 till 7. We know how long this is going to last, so that's why we asked you to come at 5. So you come at 5, we want to make sure that all of you come at 5, and then we arrange everything, and then we know what to do before the time, so that we can have it all ready before 6 o'clock. That's why we want you to come at 5. But they still count. When we say 5, you don't get here at 5 o'clock, you get here 5 after 5, you are still late. Anybody else?
It was supposed to be on Saturday because the studio was not done. It was not on
That's what I'm saying from the new schedule. The new schedule, that's this one. We're doing that, right? Am I wrong? This is the new schedule.
Have you seen the new schedule?
No.
It's in your page.
When was it shared?
The new schedule was going by now. Like you just mentioned, you said that the similar should have been on Monday, but we moved it.
Yeah.
And the opening should have been on a Saturday, but we moved it to Sunday. That's the new schedule. Yeah. So I think we'll give a genuine reason because the studio wasn't ready. So you understand? I spent almost like 2 days. I spent my whole day in Georgia because of this. So we told you the reason. So as I said last time we mentioned earlier, it's now sometimes the way we want things to go. We're good. We have our plans, but people that are trying to support us, you understand? Are trying to support us. They did us, and because they support us, we cannot force them, push them. Like you understand? say due date by force or something like that. So we also have to be patient with them to do it the time they want. We're not satisfied with the time they want to do it, but we have no choice because hence they are supporting. So we have no choice. We have to swallow our pride and our, how do you call it, our ego or our anger or how you call it, to be patient with them and then to do what they want. You understand? So that's the same thing. That was the problem. And concerning to the seminar about move, because the seminar will be on a Monday. Because then we will have the opening should have been on the Saturday, and we move it to Sunday. So we feel like we want to give you guys a chance, a break, because just after the opening, it should be a day. You understand? Before we have the seminar. But then we did it on a Sunday. So we at least get another 2 days because we felt that the whole week there was nothing happening. So I didn't know what. Let's move it to Wednesday. You understand? So Wednesday too, the venue was not available. The venue was not available. So it was only available on which is due Sunday. So that's why we moved it there. I apologize for that. But we also wanted to do it at KMC Hall too, but KMC Hall too was having something there doing. So we couldn't use that same Wednesday. We're busy to KMC or how to also busy to the whole week. So that's why we moved on the Sunday. We apologize. Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, first maybe just say that the opening was good and people saw it and they were even asking when are we continuing and if we're having shows every weekend. And I think that because most people will say, I'm not looking at JRTS anymore. Because of this show, people are now looking forward to looking at JRTS. So that was a good one. But again, when we started, you were saying that most of our events will be on weekends. Because like some of us work in the evening. I work from 4 to 9 o'clock in the night. And so most of the weekdays events that you now put into the calendar, it's affecting me. Because, like, I work in the laboratory and I work alone, and I cannot leave patients to come for a show. Their life depends on it, and they're paying for their services. So, I think some of these events that are on weekdays, when I can make it, I can, but it's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, I know actually what you're saying, you remember from the start, you mentioned that we think people like to dedicate themselves to their we'll make it sound like you think that you're too busy. You think you're too busy, and your schedule are too tight, you don't have to get into the show. You know, I don't know this. The casting, most of the casting we mentioned that even there's a model too, like we drop, she was selected, we drop her because of her schedule. They say, oh, how to be traveling certain month to the UK, and you abroad to study and stuff like that. But she really want to be part of the show. And we told her, we like your we like you, but we selected to pick up your schedule so we cannot get you into the show. Because we don't want to get someone into the show. Then in the middle of the show now, where you're in the middle of the show and then you just back out, it will not be good for us. You know, so that will talk to you guys, everybody like you need your dedication to be on the show. So if you got so many activities we're going to be having, some of our can we lower your phone sound? So if you look at the calendar, the schedule, some of our activities we'll be doing the week. And whatever during the week, yeah, for example, we're giving you tasks to do in different groups and stuff, that will be during the week. You understand? It's not like every day or according to the schedule. So other things that you're going to be recording, and then we're going to join and edit, and then this thing we're going to show a highlight what you've done during the week. GRT is going to show you, Blog TV is going to show you too what you've been doing the week. You understand? So all those things are like, if you're not part of it, you're in a group and then you're not part of that group, you're not part of your activity, your weekly activity and stuff like that, it might affect you at the end of the show. You might not go far, you might be eliminated or something. You understand? So that's why we make it very clear. I always try to set examples. Let's say if we're doing in the house, if everyone of you guys was staying in the house, and definitely you're gonna take a school from your school or your workplace, and because you are staying in the house, and you let's say you're staying in the house for 2 months, 3 months, definitely you're not gonna go out of the house for 2 or 3 months. You're definitely gonna take a school from your school or your workplace. I've seen that maybe you're traveling for international show. It's the same thing. You understand? It's like you have to program yourself right. You understand? So that's it. Because if I'm getting into something, or let's say I'm traveling and I'm working, I have to take a membership from my work. I'm leaving for 1 month. I need to leave for 1 month because I have to attend this. If you're working, if your boss accept fine, your boss doesn't accept, then that means you don't have to go. If I'm going, for example, look at the people in Nigeria show, something like that. Everybody like that, most of them they're working in high activity they're doing. But they're in the house for 3 months. They take excuses. If your boss doesn't give you excuse, that means you don't have to vote. Either you choose, you lose a job, or you go for the short. This is how it works. We are all big, we all have things to do, but we have to. That's why I say it's like very important. We have to plan ourselves well. We have to have a calendar well. We try to communicate with what you're working is very important. And you see, and that was said, when we get your schedule, we are working. Show it to your boss. I mentioned that thing. You got praise. Praise the one that even asked that question. But the one they schedule up, show it to your boss when you work. And tell them the things I will tell you. So this day I want you to release me this day. This day I have to release the other release me this day. If you are still on the issue or something. And you say, okay with that. So show your body a calendar. So these are calendar to show you. I really need this and blah blah blah. Stop anything. You listen to what she said. You know you like her and stuff like that, but you respect your job too. But we have to plan ourselves very well. Because some of what we're doing, we don't inform our parents, we don't inform your boss or your whatever you're into, and we just get in the end of the day, if it not work for you, you're not going to be good. And even some of us, they don't even know the schedule up and now. You have your schedule, you don't even know the activities. You still be asking, texting, what next, what happened in there, what do we do next? So you're not following. Yeah, I think we're good. We good, right? We went next again.
Should it be 3 to 4 inches?
During the opening, what was the message given to you guys? What did you want?
3 to 4 inches.
3 to 4 inches. You understand? So those are things that we mentioned that we don't have to complain to you guys. So we mentioned that you should follow our rules. You understand? You will see some things that you might go against our rules, you will not complain. But we know that in the future, if you see how the program is tough, and maybe you have to be implemented. You see no way how to emulate you or something. And if the school appointments are so tight, and we start thinking, what would they thought, what you do, what the person do, what the mother do, and then we look into that. That can be used against you. You understand? So it's very important. You always follow our rules and regulations. Very important. So if we say when 3 to 4 inches high heels, you're going to bend block heels below 3 inches. We don't have a problem with that. You understand? So definitely when we start doing all the videos, we start seeing things. Oh, okay, he didn't do this. Oh, she didn't do this. Why? These are things that we will know that. So as time goes on, the evening start, all the judges will sit down on the laptop and start watching videos and start looking for faults. Then I can show you. Yes, any more questions? We go with that? Are we good? We can start? No more questions? you're not comfortable, if you feel like, okay, I'm not going English, speak your language you want. We'll answer it. And by the way, we introduced you to one of the models from Guinea-Bissau, Abu is a stand-up. He doesn't speak English, he speaks Portuguese, Creole, and what? Mandinga, right?
Yeah.
You speak Mandinga, right? Huh?
Salam alaikum. Bago ito apply yung BCC. Kaya mo ganyan. Kama na ganyan. Kaya mo ligyan pa bigyan ko sa video nyo. Kaya dahil ingil ka yam ko mo hindi. Kaya niya yam ka mo sa. May ka naman sa niya bago. Kaya kriyo ka mo Francis dahil ko bili. Sa mo na yam yun.
GRTS during the weekend to when we officially kick off 10th and 11th of September. And like I said, every weekend you have to tune in to watch. Cash prize for this competition, 1,000 USD. It's $1,000. That is what we are doing. But like we said earlier on, this program is probably sponsored